everybody for coming. Start over the roll call with Marty.
Yes.
Ray. Yes. Gary Monville. Lynn Brooks.
Absent.
And me. Special meeting is being held. School board's present. Matters. Pretty simple, just to approve the minutes from the regular meeting held on October 15th, 2025. I think everybody got a chance to read through it. Gary makes a motion. Supported by Ray. Roll call vote Marty. Ray. Gary. I vote yes. Also this evening we will appoint Marty to start working on the fiscal year 26-27 budget. Also in accordance with myself.
Okay, it's $17 an hour, same as last year.
Same money as last year. Notice of the public hearing proposed budget. We set February 16th, 26th, with the amended budget to be approved. So yeah, you're getting down to what, 4 months, 3 months?
Last year we were 3 days in government shutdown, so I want to do it right this time, and it should be done by the 16th. But if there's anyone in the public that would like to address anything, I can have it amended before we propose. I think that's how it goes. No, you can amend. We're gonna give a proposed. I'm still learning the whole. I know there was 2 meetings. Is it proposed first and then amended, or is it amended and then we
propose it, and then if somebody wants to change something, amend it.
So the first one is proposing to see if anybody and everybody likes it.
Yes.
Okay, so it is right. So the first proposed one is for February 16th, and then the amended budget is on March 16th. So that gives me a month in between, and if something happens between March, as long as everything is voted and minutes approved before the 1st of April.
And as of right now, we were pretty spot on everything.
Spot on.
Last year's numbers look good, budget-wise.
I have been dealing with the township has been dealing with negative budgets for at least the last 4 to 5 years.
Right.
So that's why number 2 on this is we, as Marcel, Amber, and I, and Mike have been talking with the state of Michigan Treasury, and they're going to help us by bringing in a CPA, because our numbers aren't matching. And how do you operate? Now, being that this is my first year, I thought, well, maybe you guys always operated on a negative budget, but we have not fallen short, not once this year. And we bought the BSNA for $60,000. We bought a plow. We've done little things here and there, having electrical, phones, all these things, and not one account is negative. So how do you operate and how do you propose a budget on negative numbers? So I'm hoping that Orion, they're going to be spending 2 weeks here, can gather enough information and figure out, and we have an actual real budget.
Orion's the CPA from the state?
No, Orion is from downstate. The state of Michigan is going to reimburse us. And that's where number 2 comes in. I have to have number 2 signed.
Well, and we had talked about that last
Right,
time.
right. But I'm just explaining why number 1 and 2 go together.
It's actually been a negative budget for 17 years,
But,
which is very unique, but we need a motion for that.
yeah, I'll motion.
On the top one.
Yeah, number 1.
Yeah, accept.
On the next one down.
What?
We'll see what the next one does. Let's do the top one first. Marty made a motion.
Yeah.
Gary supports. Roll call vote, Marty.
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Gary, I vote yes. So now what's the question on the next one?
So should that be accepted?
What does that mean? Approval to sign random.
Yeah. The typo.
Typo?
The accept. It's supposed to be accept. Or accept.
Ooh, English is so hard.
Type
Which one do you use?
Accept, ACCEPT.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is accept?
Accept is like,
Accept.
Except
it's
you.
kind of like,
Like,
Everybody's
just
excited
accept
about except you.
that. Okay.
yeah,
But
it's,
then you wanna
it's an
accept it.
exclusion.
Except.
Accept is an
Okay.
exclusion.
Thank you.
Okay, so the second one is the board is to grant me, Mike Heinrich's approval to sign this memorandum for the, memorandum of the understanding with Michigan Department of Treasury to accept the reimbursement funds once this is completed to support the financial consulting services project.
A motion.
Marty,
Support.
Ray. Roll call vote, Marty,
Yes.
Ray,
Yes.
Gary. I vote yes. So that is set. And that is all we have. So, if there's any public comments? Kind of pertaining to stuff like this, or I guess anything else at this point?
I'll wait until next week.
Okay.
Don't use all your words up right away.
Got plenty of time right now.
Right?
Yeah. I hope this accounting thing opens up a lot of light, or, sheds a lot of light on things. Because even trying to understand it, even trying to fix it has been challenging to a lot of points. So I hope this is worth, well, let's just hope we don't, it stays as a grant. It would be very disappointing if it doesn't. So
Right
what is
now
this?
it's a grant.
It's not a
We're
grant.
paying for it and then we're being reimbursed because they're demanding it at this point.
State command?
Yes.
Okay. It's a mandatory thing, but.
It's not mandatory. It's because of a lot of uncertainties. So within the last 2 to 3 years, certain things have been overused as an excuse, for lack of better words, correct? And the fundings,
There's a lot of
Aren't lining
questionable
up.
spending on your accounts for the township. Is what it comes down to, right? Is
Say
that
it
there's a
again?
lot of questionable things that have happened with the accounts
yes, like
through the
what-
township.
Where did
And the
this
state of
money go?
Michigan, from my understanding, is wondering why all of a sudden we were this much money and then all of a sudden we're this much money, and they're questioning our books on exactly why everything isn't adding up the way it should add up. And that's why we're bringing in an outside firm to straighten out why this communication ain't, that communication ain't going together,
Mhm.
and things ain't exactly adding up.
So I don't know. It was a random phone call from the Michigan State Treasury Department. They were like, just to let you know, you got like 2 or 3 red flags on you. You're not in trouble, but we're just letting you know. And I'm like, whoa, I'm new. Like I have no red flags, so I don't know what you're talking about. Like, and so they went on the list, and we just kind of been corresponding within the last probably 3-4 months.
Well, that was a big red flag.
May
Yeah.
they
So when we
started
lost-
reaching out.
Yeah, well, see, what from my understanding is when this happened was at the same time they were applying for a grant, so they had to make some money disappear supposedly, and that's why they spent so much money on this, is because they weren't going to get the grants for the sewer concept unless they had less money. Otherwise, they would have had to spend more money. So they ended up spending more money on this than they needed to, is from what I was told. And then that made it so that we could get the sewer grant and get certain funds from the state and through the sewer grant, whatever.
I'm not 100% positive on that, but that happened later. That sewer grant has been going on for years.
Yeah, but
2003 it
Um,
started.
That building went down after that was granted. So that would be a stretch, in my opinion. I mean, I can't guarantee that, but the biggest thing on that is the processes were started for replacement in the whole 9 yards just incorrectly. And then it ended up causing us as taxpayers $368,000 out of our savings account in bonds. And when you look at our net that we have to tell the government, the state, at the end of every year, I mean, basically we went from between 500 to 600,000 to 150 grand.
Yeah.
And that was the red flag. Where did all that money go? And then you tell them, but then they look at what led up to it, so they're just going to come in and check it out. But, yeah.
What the auditors catch this stuff?
That's not their job, technically.
My honest opinion, the auditors was a joke. No offense to any auditor here, but I mean, literally, when you looked at them and said we're owed $160,000+ in the sewer fund, and the lady was just like, literally, oh, we write that out. And you look at as us sitting down to do a budget for the year, I'm pretty sure I can't just go. We don't have that 170 grand. So I don't know exactly how all this works. It's quite unique, and I even ask questions. I'm just like, if all of a sudden $170,000 is, that's how she did it, out of my checkbook. Doesn't that mean I can't spend that money? Yeah, it don't work that way. How does it work? I'm dying to know. And that's what I hope this sheds. I mean, the whole thing is a learning process for me too, because I mean, if I don't have the money in my checkbook, I don't write the check. That's kind of how I've dealt my last 30 years. But apparently this has been unique, and it's had many red flags, and there's been a lot of paperwork going back to this, and it's led up to this. But then the nail in the coffin was that big deduct that really showed a massive loss. So that's when they called us. And I mean, I don't believe that there's really anything detrimental, but I mean, we're going backwards, and then that building put us backwards in a quick hurry, just because it was done incorrectly. But we'll get through it, and hopefully get some answers, and then we can have legitimate numbers, in my opinion, to budget. That we can't go to what is technically supposed to be a quarter of our budget to work with, that they just disregard. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. So. And it would be nice if we could get that money into the sewer program, because they could use it. There's $100,000 sitting across the street in the mine that they don't want to pay us. I mean, not only that, I don't know if, I really hope, we're having some discrepancies in the Treasury Department. Did all of that get done? To have delinquent taxes or on the water bill? Late water bills get on the taxes? Did that get done? I hope it did. Because if she didn't have it done.
Today was my first day, really.
Yeah.
Well, I understand. I'm just saying, but in that department, we've been struggling a little bit. And
Yeah, really.
So on that note,
if the delinquent water bills were not put on the taxes by October, I do believe we lost that money.
October 31st.
just a question while you brought up the water bills, are we ever gonna get credit for that $43?
That's not my department either. The treasurer's not here.
She's going to have her work cut out for her.
This is my first day. I was busy all day.
She was busy.
Trying to figure things
Cause
out.
somebody told me it was Ontonagon's fault, and I did call Ontonagon, and they said, whoa,
Yeah.
and I said, somebody owes me $43, so.
Something happened on now.
Because I just don't know why my bill, everybody said their bill gets hand crossed out and corrected, and I just wanna know why mine doesn't.
I know Marty and I spent almost $1,200 in 21 days on water.
Yeah, but they fixed it.
And then they credited
Yeah.
it back. So did everybody see a credit on an
No.
ACH? I did. So they hit us
Oh,
back.
that day, yes,
And
that
then it
day,
came
yes, I
in-
called
and
up there and he
A
said,
partial came
was
back
it
out again.
Jeremy or someone like that, his name is up there, Jeremy? He said he
I
made a
really-
mistake, huh? Is the guy named Jeremy up there?
He was. It's a new lady now.
Oh, well, like, last week when that happened, I called right away, and he said, I made a mistake,
Oh.
everybody got a credit right back.
Well, that,
I
maybe
went right back.
it was
took a week or
Willie.
so.
Oh, mine went right back, mine was the same day.
Yeah. And then a partial came back out. So
That was the next
it's
week.
just a roller coaster when you give your check. You just kind of, it's a crapshoot on what they're going to take out. So. But then what sucks about that is the sewer bill. Everything they do is based, again, not to sound like a broken record, but off of the meters is what the sewer is. So when they have an error in Ontonagon, it trickles down to them, and then it's all twice as much work for everybody to fix. So error number 1 doesn't happen, error number 2 doesn't happen.
And the cogitate is so outdated that as soon as we make the transition to BSNA, which I'm hoping by December, we can get the sewer put in to cut into BSNA. There, we had 2 go lives, and that would help because we're dealing with very outdated equipment. Like, so, well, apparently there was a voicemail. He called me today. Somebody was working here Friday during. Did you work Friday?
I was here for a little bit on Friday.
A little bit.
Late.
Linda, make a phone call to cogitate.
Yes, she did. She was waiting for him to call back.
He called today.
Oh, great.
That's what you got. Where with BSNA, it's definitely more. So, if we could just ask for a little bit more patience, everybody would try.
And that's the other thing too, is when you have issues and you need to work on treasury stuff, you wanna do it at midnight, it's gonna be hard to work with another person for answers. That's why it's nice to have somebody here.
9 to 5.
Oh, I'm not coming in at 9.
No, no, okay. No, you don't have to. But that was one thing I thought of, and I can't make the hours. But, and this is something that could definitely get brought up at the next meeting too, but being that we're talking about stuff and being available for the residents.
That's what you told me, is I couldn't work in the afternoon. You just said you couldn't make up the hours, but you told me I could.
That's what I was told. But
I was
apparently
told
MTA.
Everybody told me I could make my own hours, as long as I put in the hours you guys required. And then you told me I had to be here during the day.
That's what I was told.
There's going to be policy made that's going to require.
Yes,
doing
there,
that.
we have 0 bylaws.
Well, no, there's bylaws and there's some stuff here, but
We have ordinances.
it's very,
I mean, that's
I'll
why.
be honest with you, it's unsettling for a taxpayer who wants to come pay a water bill.
But,
Right.
exactly, but half of us work during the day, and it's nice when somebody's here at night or something. But that's what I was told, and why I withdrew my application was because I had to be here during the day, and I would have to get time off from my job to be here.
I was
That's
told.
why I withdrew my application, so I don't really think that's fair, because I pretty much was told that I couldn't make up my hours after I was told I could for 2 years. And then, so I withdrew my application for treasurer because of this.
So I was told the same thing, that I had to have scheduled hours. That's what I
Scheduled
did.
hours, not daytime hours.
Right. Scheduled hours are whatever you
I mean, you know
there's-
how many people probably would pay their bill if somebody was here on Saturday?
So if I worked from 7 to midnight, you're telling me more people would come in at 7 o'clock at night?
Yes, those are your posted
Not
hours, that's when they'll come in.
It can be, but then you have to work the week of Christmas or something
No,
like
you
that.
can take these off. People never ask.
There's some point right around Christmas you have to work during the day. There is some
Yeah, I
mandatory.
knew that. I said-
And then there's like a couple days in the spring
There
where
is.
I would have had to take off because there's a big thing in the spring with all the taxes. And that wasn't an issue with my employer. My issue with the employer is I was told that I had to be here 20 hours a week or something like that during the day for people to come pay their bills.
That's what I was told.
And that's why I withdrew my application, is because I was told you had to be here during daylight hours. You couldn't come in here and work at 6 o'clock at night because nobody would come up here at night to pay their bill.
The only thing that I don't like about it
I-
is, okay, if you wanna work that late and there's people that wanna come in during the day and then you gotta work with people during the day. You know, the other thing is, I mean, going through this process by not liking it, and I'll say it, I don't like it. I think it's stupid what's going on with what we did and where it's going. And that's why we are going to write policy. And we're going to write policy to the township that somebody has to be here during the day.
Right, well,
And
why
I'll
would
see
it have to
through
be the treasurer?
Because they're the only
Well,
ones that can
the only
accept
other
money
thing
and
we have to
payments.
do then, yeah, because the treasurer's department is the only people that legally can
So
accept
when I leave
money.
my check in the drop box.
But then
and
it's
all I
brought
do
in
that-
and then when it's
I can't make a
when
deposit.
it's noted and make deposits and handle the money, technically, it has to be that person, or we literally have to hire somebody else and appoint them to do it.
Supposedly, the treasurer is the only one with the key to that box back there. So,
I've never done
Nobody
it.
else.
I've never looked into
But I mean, I'd rather not hire somebody else to sit here
Oh,
when
no,
we
I
could
get
bring in
that.
a treasurer that can have some daytime hours. Or we'll write
I mean,
policy,
but they're here all day, the two of them,
Just Monday and Tuesday.
correct.
and then Thursday. Because when I was off of work on Thursday, Amber was here.
Probably doing the food show thing.
I don't know why.
Once
Just
a week.
because
Or once a
Marty and
month.
I are here,
A certain amount of hours,
we
yes.
can't take money though. We cannot
That's not what
touch
I'm
your
saying,
money.
that's not, we're not even talking about money right now. He wants the treasurer to man the building,
Treasurer is the only one that can take money for anybody that comes in and wants to
but
pay a
not
bill.
everybody wants to hand in money, people have questions.
Right, and you guys,
Well, I can't answer them
you
either.
guys are all pretty new. The, only time people were in this building before was for meetings. Everybody did their job at home. You know?
And that's why we're in the situation we're in.
No, no.
It is.
No.
This
Because
township
it goes forever
is
like that.
crazy out of whack, outdated, outnumbered, things worn. Clearly, with my year of being in this office now, I have manhandled every document. 30 years, 40 years worth of stuff just on the wayside. Nobody's fixed and repaired, maintenance, do care, anything here. Took me 8 months to get a website. Sorry I didn't put this last meeting agenda on the website, but I mean, it's insane, the lack of due care that was in this building. Whether you did it at home or here, there was no care. And that's why people are not liking the change now, because things are actually being done. We're actually making a change for the positive, so people can come in and pay their bills like normal people, 9 to 5.
Right, but this isn't a full-time job, this is a
I didn't say it had to be
part-time job.
full-time, but it should be run like a business,
I
because
don't know about
it
9
is
to
a
5,
business.
5 days
not
a
a
week.
business.
It is a business. You
It
ask
would be
me, look at
nice.
any of my emails, they call it a business. It is a
Well, let's
business.
keep it together here in this meeting, but it would be nice to have a township place for people of the township to come and be engaged. You know, come talk about your bill, come talk about your taxes, come, you know, have some place you can go and be treated decent, and have your questions
Right.
answered. And I mean, if you want to do it from home when it's convenient, you're going to give it part-time effort, and that's the result everybody is looking at here.
They're probably going from working from home because it's probably during COVID and you weren't allowed to be working out here.
There again, it's a lot of probablys, and
4
we're
years
trying to
ago?
make it a rock solid deal. That's the thing with, I mean, if anybody learns anything about me, I don't like probably, I don't like maybe, I don't like good enough. I want it done good, and I want it done right.
Okay, you keep saying we've been in the red for what, 16, 17 years?
17 years
Where's
is my
the proof
conversation.
that we've been in the red
You want me to go grab
For-
them?
all them years? Where's the
Come to
proof?
the,
That's what I hope this
He's been
accountant
here for
does.
how many years? He should know if they were in the red. Were you guys in the red the last 3 or 4 years?
Yes,
He was,
That's why I think
I'm asking him, he was the one who was here 3 or 4 years ago.
I've done them. I've
But
looked
you
at
keep
everything.
saying that we're in the red, but where's all the proof of 17 years worth?
17 years is what the gentleman on the MTA told me that we have been in the red.
Well,
Not the last year.
no, yours. And again, this is why we have public meetings, for our budgets.
Right, for 17.
And nobody showed
That's
up,
what I don't understand. And
but
then
there's
you take and you throw
242 negative, and I
$170,000
can
that's
show
why I
you
said,
other ones.
When
But
we
this
sat
is-
down and learned,
This year,
and there
where
you
it's
got
like
a lot of people.
5, 6 years ago or something. Because you keep saying we're in the red, we were in the red. And if we're in the red, how can we keep buying stuff? How can you buy a new tractor? How can you buy
That's my
a lawnmower,
point,
whatever the heck
exactly,
you all buy? When we're in the red, we don't have the money.
It's been previous years they've always been.
And there again, when you
But
look
you
at,
just showed me you're in the red still.
Well, I guess it's all right if it's like you said.
Sorry, because there hasn't been any deposits.
Just write it off, and then
that's where we're bringing in a CPA, because I mean, even before that, I don't see how the numbers jive with anything, and nothing has lined up. And then when they say at the end, it's 17 years of being negative. I asked the gentleman, I said, well, then why do you keep giving us a checkbook? And he's like, it's just how it works. I don't know. And at the same time, I maybe Marty started it because I said, you know, how do you fix it? If you want me to hammer down and do a good budget and stick to something, then you need to give me a number that works, dude. You can't all of a sudden just take $200,000 away or give it. I mean, if you're all over like this, you can't have a decent start.
Where it starts, where it ends.
I don't even know if them numbers are real. That's the crazy
Right.
thing about
Well,
it.
yeah, and that's how do you know? But all these show in the red are the negatives.
Can't we go online and look that up? Isn't it public record online?
Ooh, I don't
Gotta
know.
go to a website to
Previous
see.
board have a website?
I don't know.
No, that should be,
Obviously
I know
not.
what you're saying.
But there's public record that you can see that.
The only public record around here is 3-ring binders. That's all our township has held for the last how many years?
But that's what.
But the state of
Okay.
Michigan,
Yeah,
maybe
the state of
Michigan.
Michigan doesn't have that because it's regulated through our township and our township presents it. So our township, the only way, yeah, but the only way, because we show them our books.
Or in the red.
So all of our information is these 3-ring binders you see up on these shelves in here. And that's all this township has had for the last how many years. And when I came here and I asked for a simple thing, that's all this township told me they had was 3-ring binders with all their information, all their ordinances and everything was 3-ring binders. So if you want any information about this township, it's in a 3-ring binder somewhere, stacked up in a back room somewhere.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
That's what I was told.
Nancy had everything on her computer. I do not know where it's at. I never looked at it, so.
Well, none of us know where it's at
Because
either.
when her desk is here and my desk is here, I can see it on there.
Well,
Well,
It's,
there's
either
40
which way,
years of
moving
stuff.
forward, we're gonna have things on computers, we're gonna have
Right.
policies.
we're
We're
working
gonna move
on
into
it.
ordinances. I really hope this gentleman that,
Literally,
Gary Coleman.
does
my
the master plan gets his,
Yeah.
moving soon.
first year.
Well, he'll be here tomorrow with his master
Everybody
plan,
wants everything
finished
done.
master plan, and then we move forward into ordinance working and stuff like that.
Yeah, well,
that
right,
he wants to
ordinances,
work on.
policies would be key, and that's where,
Yep.
like I've said, I would love to see us be able to put our big boy pants on. There's a lot of things I would like to do as a township to make it be a true township. And I'd like to work into it.
I hear you.
To do that, you gotta have the policies, we gotta have days that we're, open. And as taxpayers, have it so that you can come in here and see what is being done.
No.
Not go to somebody's house and have a beer. I mean,
wow.
I don't know. Why do it that way when you can come in here and
I
actually
used
see it?
to, when I was treasurer before, I had people come to my house, because I don't wanna live here. I wanna live at home. So I said, you got a problem, you got something, come to my
But we're not
house.
negative.
They would come to my house, didn't matter what time of day it was, because I was there.
Be
My
nice to-
number was listed on the tax bill, so they could call me and say, hey,
Not me.
I need to do this. Are you
What is
gonna
it
be
in the red?
there?
Yeah, but let's create an environment where we can get
But we're
beyond
not
that.
negative.
Hey,
Let's
that
not
is
make
the
it where
best
it's-
How are we not
environment.
negative?
Not
Let's make it so it's not what the
Exactly.
treasurer wants, it's what the taxpayers want, and ultimately they're paid.
Right?
So what
First
if,
time I ever did a
And
budget.
no matter where you put up your hours, they will show
How
up.
does that
If you
work?
say, I'm gonna be at my house 24/7, they will come to my house 24/7.
That's
if
Great?
you want that, that's
I'm
unique, I
up till
guess. but
3:30 in the morning anyway.
It'd be nice to have it be
This
more,
is the place of
yeah,
business.
it'd be nice to have it more professionally done.
Yes.
And then you'd be able to have your time at your home. Your home should be your place where you don't bring work. Somebody should be asking to come to your house at 3:30 in the morning and talk about taxes, Tony.
I know, they
Don't
never
come to my
have,
house and ask
they
that
never
question.
have,
But-
it's just,
Yes.
it's just-
Metaphorically
it'd be
speaking, I
better if
understand,
they
but I
would come to
mean,
my house.
my goal is to get the place running more
Yes.
organized
Right.
here.
Yep.
We have the stuff, we have the facilities, we have the things, we can run this as a township, and then you can go home. And then you come here, you do your job, and you go home. And if people of Carp Lake Township want you, they know they can come here because you're going to be here X amount of times, do your business and go home. In my opinion, it's very easy.
Yes, you can make it
They have
sound
enough
really
much
easy and
business
it's
here to
not.
keep someone here all day long.
Yes.
I would like to think so, and I've made that comment several
But
times.
it's not in the budget.
It's just,
There's
yeah.
not enough money.
Well, there again,
We don't know that.
I don't
We
even
do,
know.
I know that, we
The
make
numbers are real.
50,000 a year. We make 50,000 a year for the township. Show me where you can pay for a full-time person here.
Correct. And, I mean, if
Well,
you want
for
somebody
sure,
decent,
full-time.
I've said that before. When you have part-time people, you get part-time results.
No,
Okay.
that's not true.
Almost.
True is a hard
I
thing.
am part-time and I do full-time.
Put in
work.
full-time, you don't get paid for it.
I was here for 6 years. I did triple time for regular pay, so,
Well,
I know what I'm doing.